These are two of my most recent self-portraits. Join me in this journey. I will show you guys some of the steps that I took to make these portraits. I began by making a checklist of the things that I need, either clothing, accessories, props, whatever. Sometimes I have to make them myself, which is extra fun for me. For this particular project, I went all over San Diego looking for trees and crows that were basically essential for this project. Many of you who have been following my journey for a while already know that I am majoring in RTBF at City College right now. And so from the beginning, I knew that I wanted to include something that reminds me of this phase of my life. And so I thought trees. I knew that these trees were gonna be part of my hairpiece later on in post-production. Sometimes I shop around my house and use things that I already have, like this skull. Before I start the actual shooting, I go through inventory and I double check and triple check that I have everything that I need before starting, because the worst thing that can happen to an artist is to start a project and then realize that you're missing something. There are other things that I don't show in this video, such as glue and supplies that I need to make my DIYs, like the hairpiece, but you guys get an idea of what inventory looks like for me. One of the portraits, it's supposed to be a hybrid between two of my favorite artists, which is Frida Kahlo and Edgar Allan Poe. And so when I think about Frida, I think about heart, just because of her famous painting, The Two Fridas. And when I think about Edgar Allan Poe, I think about crows and branches, and so yeah. This other portrait was a little challenging for me, to be quite honest, and that's because I wanted to make sure that it didn't look grotesque. I knew that I was gonna be exposing my breast a little bit, and I didn't know how to make this portrait without showing too much, but allowing the viewer to see that part of the skin was being ripped off, and there is no other way to do this but to expose some of your skin. And so I had to basically downsize my breast for these portraits, so it didn't take away the attention of the skeleton showing. So yeah, it was challenging for sure. As you can see here, I'm trying to match the light on the skeleton and on myself. That's actually where I took my self-portrait, so that way everything matches before I even start the composite in Photoshop. Then I cut off the shirt that I put on to make this effect. You guys that are familiar with how Photoshop works, you guys kind of understand the idea here. But for people that don't know photography, you basically put this on, and in Photoshop you kind of mix your skin with the shirt, and that's how you make this effect. I don't know how else to explain it. I took multiple pictures of myself kind of pulling on the shirt and I fit the one that felt the most natural one, and that's how I did this effect. Then the most fun part of it all is coloring the picture, give it that dark mood that I absolutely love, and it has become part of my style. And so yeah, this is how I did these two projects. I took multiple pictures there in that same spot. Some were of myself, some were of my children, and so I am about to edit those. But yeah, some of these portraits are actually going to be part of my next exhibit in Mission Valley, so hopefully you guys can come and join me and support my work. I do want to mention that whenever I take this type of self-portraits, no one is in the house. My children are not here just because of the type of portraits that I'm doing. I don't want to traumatize my children at all. So, and it's fun. It's fun for me that I can have that liberty to have the house for myself and do all these projects.